I moved up to Sydney from Melbourne about 2.5 years ago, and the reason I was in Melbourne was because I went to acting school.
Acting.
Exactly right, and I can courageously say now it was the worst thing I've ever done, but at the same time the best, because as a comedian it was just a plethora of incredible comedic material, and you do not get people anywhere else like you do in acting school. And so I wrote this next song, I guess, about an experience that I went through at acting school. And the one thing I learned there, the one thing I learned in a 1.5 years of acting school, is that if you're going to approach a role, no matter if you're on film or in theatre, or whatever you do, the only way to approach it is by method acting. And method acting is a technique, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, where you take a character that you're playing in a film. I mean, Meryl Streep does it. Where you're playing in a film or a theatre production, and you go about your day-to-day life. So you go grocery shopping, you go on public transport, exactly like them. And so you really kind of become immersed in the characters. So, you know, at drama school, it was amazing. I'd be sharing the room with absolute fuckheads and cocaine addicts and these really awful people. And then when they were method acting, I'd be sharing, these Southern belles. And it was really an incredible experience. And so I guess I wrote this next song as a cautionary tale for the darker side of method acting, and these are three true stories that happened to friends of mine. He cried with joy when he got the role in the play, a role with so much meat you could feed a lion for 27 days, a role that is a dream for any male thespian, a one-man show at STC, set on a refugee island prison. He did his research, did it well, in his head he went to hell, he did it method, and as we mulled over wine, he said, I'm having a hard time shaking the role when I leave the rehearsal room. So Sarah, what do I do? And as tears poured down his emaciated face, emaciated because his method, he had to halve his weight. A bony finger touched my hand, he said, can't you understand the hell I go through for my craft? And I looked into his tortured craftsman's heart and thought, you're a wanker, you're a wanker. Your jizz is dripping down the walls of this bar. We're all white and middle class, so it's douchebaggery, not art. Just keep channeling the angst from your parents' divorce in '93 and apply it to this amputee with dysentery who watched rebel soldiers disavow his own family. The more you understand the pain that he feels, but you're just pretending it's not real. You should be glad that you can't feel the things he feels, the things he feels. The beast is the candle Lumiere, a role that is a dream for any musical theatre grad, for it's the only paid work he's ever had. He prepared till he was able to stand still for hours on a table. He did it method, and over whiskey we shared facts. He said, I've covered myself in wax and set fire to my hair, which was fine until the firemen got there. And as tears dripped down from his non-adjusted eyes, for he's been living by candlelit dyes, his hand went on my knee. He said, I just want people to see by the light that emits from me. And it was then that I excused myself to pee and thought, you're a wanker, you're a wanker. Your jizz is dripping down the walls of this bar. I don't think I can handle a friend who thinks they are a candle. You keep thinking that you know what it's like to be always still and to live your whole life on a windowsill because you understand how candles feel. But you're just pretending it's not real. These candles can't feel. My God, they can't fears will. She cried with joy when she got professionally to sing, cast as a lioness in Lion King. A role that is a dream for any triple threat, for it's the best shot at fame and glory she's had yet. She prepared and did it right. She slept by day and hunted at night. She did it method. She did it method. And over the carcass of a zebra she said, I can feel the heat of the savannah, but my mom won't let me in the house. For last week I killed her chihuahua with my mouth. And as tears dripped onto her two front bloody paws, for she's been walking around on all fours. A bloody claw scraped my left arm. She said, I don't mean any harm, but I just want people to believe. And her soulless lion eyes bored into me, and I thought, you're a wanker. You're a wanker. Your lady jizzes all over the walls of this bar. We're all human and middle class, and you don't have a lion's heart. But keep applying the knowledge that you gained at Taronga Zoo, and keep believing that a pack of lions would accept you because you understand how lions feel. But you're just pretending it's not real. I guess we'll never know just how lions feel, because you're a person, and that's okay. And you know I'll be front row at your next play and pay you out the next day.